This is Google Colab Tutorial for Beginners, Part 6. Google Colab is an awesome, free web-based Jupyter Notebooks platform. You can write and share Python code, text, audio, image, video, tables, and plots for data visualization. And the best thing for Python beginners is that you don't need to download or install anything to get started. Let me just include another code cell here. What I'm going to do, I'm going to load that particular data set, if I still remember how to do. So let's see, s dot load data set, and I'm going to load, there's a bunch of interesting ones. I'm going to upload the tips one, because I think it gives a good combination of numerical and categorical data points. Okay, I'm going to run a cell. What you see here is a data set, a complete data set for tips, but that's a lot of records here. I don't want to do that. I want to just bring up the first 5. So what I'm going to do is this. I'm going to say this cell here, I'm going to say tips as a variable equals to that. I'm going to run it, so this disappears. And now I'm going to add another line of code. I'm going to say tips.head, because I want to show just the first, I want to see just the first 5 records. Run it. I can see those. So these are the data points contained in this data set. There's a total bill. It looks like, this data from when somebody goes to a restaurant. That's the total amount of the bill, the total amount of the tip, the gender of the person, whether it was male or female, whether the person was a smoker or not, the day of the week, the time of the day, and the size of the body. Okay, so I want to show you how you can visualize some of this data using Seaborn. So I'm going to include another line of code here, another code cell. I'm going to do it like this. Let's see, remember, so s dot distribution. I want to show distribution plot. And all I have to provide here is for one of these data points, I'm going to provide one of these columns, total bill. So the way you do this here is just like you do with a list, which is a list. Tips, like that. And I'm going to say total bill. I'm going to run it. And now we have a distribution chart. It's a histogram, actually. Paper size. You can do some modifications to this here. You can embellish a little more. You can say, for example, if you want to show like a kernel density line, you can just do KDE equals to true, and you run it. Now you have this line that follows all these bins. If you look at the number of the bins here, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. We can just increase the number of them in order to have more definition. I could say bins equals 30. Let's see what it looks like. So now you can see more of them, and based on this here, you can see that most of the total amount of the bills lies between $10 and $20, and this is the number of them. It's pretty cool, huh? I can also, let's see, I guess I can change the color. There's a bunch of things you can do, but I'm just going to show a few of these things. Let's say red. It shows it in red. If you're enjoying the content of this video, please hit the like button, subscribe to my channel, and turn on the notification bell so you don't miss out on my next videos. And stick around, because at the end of this series, I'm going to be showing you some very cool data visualization techniques. Okay? I'm going to show you one more. Say snen.joint plot. And for a joint plot, I need the data source, which is going to be tips, x axis, which is going to be, I'm going to say total bill. This will be in between quotes. Total bill. Is that what it is? That's total bill. Any Y. I'm going to do tip. So it's going to compare two numerical data points. Say Y equals tip. Let's see if it works. So what this is it's like a combination of a scattered plot right in the middle and two histograms, one for total bill and one for tip. Here, what can you do? We can change the color as well. Let's see. I believe we can. Red. Okay, or I can just change. If you want to see what's available, what you can do, so you just do comma and wait, and it gives you all the options that you have here. So what I want to change is this kind. See, the default is scatter. This is a scatter plot here. I want to change it. I'm going to write down kind equals to, I'm going to say hex. Run it. It's just a different way of showing that information, the density and everything else. Pretty cool. Finally, I'm going to do a pair plot. So this is going to be S and S dot pair plot. For this one, I think all I need to do is pass in the data set. What's going to happen is it's going to look at this data set and collect every single numerical data point here and compare it. So it's going to exclude female, smoker, and day and diner, and include everything else. Run it. There you go. So you can just compare size and total bill, size and tip, size and size, tip and tip, tip, tip and tip, tip and size, and so forth. Again, we can change a few things here. Let's say we do a hue here. So all of this video is part of a 6-part tutorial on Google Colab. So to get the most out of this tutorial, make sure to watch the entire series. These data points are numerical data points. If I want to show them from the perspective of one of the categorical data points, like we have sex, smoker, day, and time, we could just pick maybe sex and see what that's going to look like, because what it's going to do is going to give a different color to a breakdown of male and female. So I'm going to do, let's see, hue equals sex. There you go. So pretty cool. So what you see here now is that in blue we have male, and in orange we have females. So you can see how they are concentrated, the density and everything, so, how they're scattered. It's pretty interesting. So this is not a lesson on how to analyze these things, but to give you some pointers on how you can show and visualize the data, the potential that this platform offers, especially for beginners, because as a beginner, and if you try to install a code editor, an IDE in your computer, or to install a version of Python, sometimes it gets stuck in the process. With a platform like this one here that's totally web-based, you don't have to install anything, that comes loaded already with a bunch of different stuff, like this one I just showed on Seaborn that comes already installed. It's really cool. There's a lot that you can do with this here. And you can see this looks totally different than a regular code editor. You can see a bunch of different things here. Your information can be more organized and everything else. That's it. Thank you very much for your time. Thanks for watching.